Alexander Zverev and Grigor Dimitrov, both seasoned competitors in the tennis world but without a Grand Slam title to their names, are eyeing a breakthrough at the US Open as they aim to secure spots in the semi-finals on Tuesday. Their quest for glory, however, is challenged by two strong American contenders, Fritz and Frances Tiafoe, who are determined to end the United States' 21-year drought for a male Grand Slam champion. In the women's draw, the action heats up as world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka, last year's runner-up, takes on Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen. Meanwhile, Navarro will face off against Paula Badosa in a showdown between two players born in New York. Men's quarterfinals preview: Fritz, USA, seeded 12, versus Alexander Zverev, GR, seeded 4. Head-to-head, Zverev leads 5-4. Alexander Zverev, who was the runner-up at the US Open in 2020 after surrendering a 2-set lead to Dominic Thiem, is looking to go one step further this year. Earlier in 2024, Zverev lost another grueling 5-set final to Carlos Alcaraz at the French Open. With the early exit of four-time champion Novak Djokovic, Zverev is the highest-seeded player remaining in his half of the draw and is pursuing his third semi-final appearance in New York. "I'm doing everything I can to win a slam, everything else is out of my power," Zverev said, expressing his determination to finally secure a Grand Slam title. Fritz, who reached the quarterfinals of the US Open last year, has already made 3 quarterfinal appearances in Grand Slam tournaments this season. He defeated Zverev in a dramatic comeback at Wimbledon in July, overcoming a 2-set deficit, with Zverev battling through a knee injury. Grigor Dimitrov, Bull, seeded 9, versus Frances Tiafoe, USA, seeded 20. Head-to-head, Dimitrov leads 3-1. At 33, Grigor Dimitrov is the oldest player left in the men's draw and is hoping to reach the US Open semi-finals for the second time, having first done so in 2019 after a memorable victory over Roger Federer. Despite his reputation as one of the most talented players never to have won a Grand Slam, Dimitrov has yet to reach a major final in his 15-year career. Frances Tiafoe, known for his dynamic style and on-court charisma, is into the US Open quarterfinals for the third consecutive year. He reached the semi-finals in 2022, losing in a thrilling 5-set match to the eventual champion, Carlos Alcaraz. Tiafoe will be eager to go one better this year on home soil. Women's quarterfinals preview: Paula Badosa, ESP, seeded 26, versus Navarro, USA, seeded 13. Head-to-head, Badosa leads 1-0. Paula Badosa, who has reached the quarterfinals in New York for the first time, has had a remarkable turnaround in her career. Just a few months ago, she was on the verge of retirement due to a severe back injury. "I was feeling pain every day I was waking up. So for me, it didn't make sense," Badosa said, reflecting on her struggles that saw her ranking plummet out of the top 100. Now, as the first Spanish woman to make the quarterfinals since Carla Suarez Navarro in 2018, Badosa is aiming to become the first to reach the semi-finals in 28 years, following in the footsteps of Conchita Martinez. Navarro, on the other hand, has made her maiden US Open quarterfinal by defeating defending champion Coco Gauff in a hard-fought 3-set match. Previously, Navarro had not made it past the first round in her 2 prior appearances. Zheng Qinwen, CHN, seeded 7, versus Aryna Sabalenka, BLR, seeded 2.